Oh wow, that was something. Hello, and welcome! Pocket Watch here, and it's about time for another series for the channel. What a beautiful world! Also known as Sekien no Inganok. So yeah, this is happening. I... This opening deserves to like another video, I believe. Like, there was so many like symbolism and characters. So anyway, this is the series. This is kinda medium length, I would say, according to visual novel list. And yeah, art style is like pretty damn crazy. So I hope the story is also as crazy as the art style, and I hope you will join me for this journey. So yeah, I'm not going to like, let's just check some settings. Okay, nothing important. Extra song. Oh, song library. Do we have songs? No. Okay. So let's just go to the episode and let's start the game. Uh. Okay, so these are just. Yeah, sure, we'll change it if we need. Okay, we can figure it out. Oh, and it have the... Ah, okay. Wait, what? Minigame skip? Why should I? You can choose one. Okay. Okay. Pretty good. I do not skip minigame segments. I had a little bit troubles with starting recording that. It's really weird to make it work. Also, I hope it will actually work. I wonder how many is voiced. Ah. The clown is dancing at the edge of my vision. He was always trying not to look at it. For some reason, the clown made him recall the past. Memories of the past. He couldn't remember them very well, since they were all broken up into little pieces. The dancing black clown. He would always try to avert his gaze, but today he saw both it and the memories that came with it. That was, yes, 10 years ago. His memories were now tender fragments, countless memories dropped in red and black hues. Memory, a deep moan full of screams and despair. And I got an error. And the game's still going. Okay. Memory. He would been haughty, thinking that his hand could save them. He would been so sure that holding it out could save someone. Memory. Life slipping through his fingers one by one. Memory. The time when everything in the city began to crumble. Oh? Ah, I can hear a voice asking something. It couldn't be answered. It couldn't be answered. Error once again. His words could never come, and his extended hand would never reach. That was surely the time when he broke, together with this world. Wandering amidst the moaning voices, gazing endlessly at the tears of many, and moving his useless hands. As if struggling through a deep mist, as if waiting in the midst of a bad dream. 10 years. It occurred to him that 10 years had already passed since this fantastic city has been born. Since this world, since this city broke. 10 years. Oh, we had flash of something. I wonder if the errors I got before were actually the sky. There are two suns. The two errors I got before were actually you know, some CGs. Oh wow, I like this art. This is really climatic in the song. The city's lower tiers, the third commercial ward, also known as infinitely crowded street. Oh, and it's placed like a comic book or something. Panels going one another, damn. As usual, the place was filled with people. People that had once been called human. Infinite masses of inhuman figures came and went. This would have been a strange scene 10 years ago. But now, this was the city's standard appearance. Error. A man with the face of a lizard, a woman with the wing and talons of an owl, a youngster who looked like a dog, and people who hid their forms underneath cloaks. This was perfectly normal. The one and only abnormal thing stood at the edge of his vision. The clown is dancing at the edge of my vision. It's always been doing that. Oh wow, did you hear that? Is it a clown talking? Our name is Guy. Yeah, that's clown. Silence. He gave it meaningless answer in his mind, because the illusion was talking to him today, as usual. This is us. This is really cyberpunk climate, like with magic and steampunk. I mean, no, not cyberpunk, sorry, steampunk, I meant steampunk. Don't bash me. One small side. The traveling Dr. Guy was wandering around the lower tiers as usual. An illegal cracking dog who ignored the obvious selections made by city law and never discriminated by class. Okay, so we are good guys. He walked through the sea of people in reconstructed cloak, very different from the usual white doctor's cloak. Once again. It's flashing so fast. I don't have time to like check this. The illusion that only Guy could see. For the second time today, it spoke. I wonder if that error is something important. The crown that haunted the edge of his vision. If he tried to focus on it, it would fade away. For 10 years, this illusion had existed within Gi vision. Can you imagine having something on the edge of your vision? Constantly you see that thing. Constantly, but not clearly, and when you try to see that, it disappears. That would be annoying as hell. He would never told anyone about it. In the city, an abnormality of this magnitude was all too commonplace. Really? What would be the point? Oh, we have voice. On one corner of crowded street, Guy whispered as he looked at a certain facade. The greedy Stanisław seems to be out. The twins and their cute yet detestable twittering weren't there either. They must have been out making money somewhere. And so, Guy continued to wander, searching for a patient. The city was overflowing with clients. The city, its name was Inganock. The city of Inganock, the fantastic city that none speak of. It was once one of the great engine cities of the eastern continent. It would be beautifully equipped to the world's first multi-tiered complete environment city. Now it was different. A fantastic drag, isolated and independent. Yes, that's right. Surely no one on the outside spoke of this city. Everything changed with the revival 10 years ago. After being cut off from the outside world by the mysterious mist, Inganock changed and warped. Some said that the city died that day. Guy thought it was a fair statement. It certainly had died. This abnormal situation had caused a great deviation from the city archaeology plan trees, and plant grew rampant in several sections with a green no one had ever seen. Everything changed. The medicine Guy studied for the sake of humanity lost all meaning, because everyone's bodies had mutated. Those who changed into fantastic mutants, like birds and boars. Those who changed into soundless lumps of rock. And those who changed into dying plants. Holy fuck, this is so many different mutations. If you're like, holy shit, unlucky, you can just die as a plant. That's what I mean? What? Each and every one of them changed. By now, there was no pure and simple human in the city lower tiers. So I assume the higher tiers still have like more pure humans. Maybe not entirely pure, but you know, like high nobility stuff. Yes, including Guy himself. Okay, first of all, let me make music a little bit less, because we can't hear the voices, you know? Maybe a little bit more, like that. What do you think? That's fine? Let me know in the comments.
みすぼらしい場所へ足を運んでくださって
大丈夫。あなたは喋らないで。気管支を痛めます。
Okay. Using his hand and right eye, he examined the patient's condition. An understanding grew within his mind. She had terrible pneumonia. These errors that I'm getting are pretty annoying. In a tier even lower than infinitely crowded streets on a corner of the 13th slum district, Guy examined his second patient of the day. Pneumonia, malnourishment, and weakened immunity. 10 years ago, she would have been a goner. But now, every disease that existed before the mutations could be dealt with somehow. Okay, this is pretty damn advanced technology then. Guy used a phenomenon equation specialized in physical healing. Okay, it was also known as cracking. With it, he rewrote her body code. Okay, this is... They can all be dealt with somehow. Basically reprogramming humans. He closed his eyes. He felt the light of the phenomenon equation through his eyelids. It was probably the first time she would seen it. The woman raised her voice out of fear and admiration.
大丈夫。目を閉じて楽にしてください。
I like his voice.
すぐに終わる。大したことはありません。
Also, I like this story is a little bit different from Umineko and Sound of Drop. I mean, I'm reading it as someone who's actually reading the story. I'm not reading this as one of the characters. And this is pretty fresh, to be honest. Because usually we have some protagonists that we are as a reader. So this is more like a book.
そう。大したことは何もない。
It could be dealt with from what he could see through his equation's right eye. The location and nature of her internal organs were mostly the same as humans 10 years ago. That helped. However, Guy's right eye could see it. The woman's lower abdomen, sections of her intestines. It was already beginning to mutate into something insectoid. Oh, really? Her physique as well. Her shoulder blades were beginning to coexist with an exoskeleton. Oh my god. The old Guy would have thought, how can she still be alive with such organs? Organs from multiple kinds of organisms were melting together. Despite that, she was still alive. But that was Inganok for you, an isolated city where the smog and sludge of the steam engines went hand in hand with such fantasies and mutations. This woman, she was in her late 30s, with 5 young children. She would probably be completely mutated by the time she reached 40. Fantastic mutants existed with the equalities of insects, namely the shell loops, living in the forests of the upper tier staircase. Their kind had a calm temperament, but their external appearance were those of insects. Most of the time they despaired and went mad, cursing their fate and their mutated bodies. So, give me a second. Basically, the forest, obviously. So, each person, I guess that each person that mutates into something else than human appearance get their own place. So this is not like mixed society Well, from the beginning we could assume that there are like more pure humans that are like nobility probably. But seems like the others are also not just jumped into one place and they're like separated. Not sure if that's good. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Depends on how many dangerous species there are. Because I can't believe that everyone like there's like they can get mad. So yeah, they're kind of dangerous, I would say, even if they are calm usually. I can't do anything. Not as Guy. What would become of this woman once her mutate completed? And what of her children? What would they think of her? Wait, I just got crazy idea. My first theory. My first theory of the series. Are you ready? I can't do anything. Not as Guy. Are we seeing this and reading this story as a clown that he sees in the corner of his eye? I can't do anything, not as Guy. So maybe he's like possessing him? Well, probably because he's mutating or something, I don't know. But that would be interesting if we are seeing story as that clown that he's seeing. Also, there wasn't, they didn't tell us if it's on his right side or left side, right? Huh. Okay, but that's my theory for now, that we are reading the story as a clown. And what of her children? What would they think of her? I can't do anything. I haven't been able to do a thing these past 10 years. See? Once again, I still think that's a clown. He couldn't do anything for the past 10 years. And now he's talking again. After he said that. Or he thought about that. Or we thought about that. Okay, I'm starting to mumbling about the new series, god damn it. Oh. God damn it, it was so fast. That was unusual. The illusion called to him a third time today. He didn't bring up the mutation. He ignored the clown. He focused his mind solely on the activated equation. My brain is functioning. The organ administrating my phenomenon equation. Yes, Guy was also mutating. Thanks to that, he could do this, because his brain was mutating into something so different. He couldn't do this thing. He could do things that wouldn't have been possible 10 years ago. Like a bad joke. He could now use this trick called phenomenon equation. 10 years ago, Guy brain had wrapped into this. Guy knew about the equation composing her and her illness. In other words, he could see miscalculations and tamper with them. He clearly picked them out one by one. A number was 1 when it should have been 3. He rewrote it into correct 3. With that, the healing ended. Procedure complete.
お疲れ様です。治療は終わりました。マダム。
He confirmed with his right eye. He definitely exterminated the bacteria in her bronchi. Healing complete. Something simple like this could easily be dealt with. Guy scorned himself as he gazed at the patient. Countless mutations and diseases had come into being over those past 10 years. The streak wouldn't work against any of them. It just wasn't enough. There were countless things which couldn't be healed, despite cramming the phenomenon equation into his mutated brain, like the bacteria floating through the infected frozen lake. Even for something like this, where one simply removed the focus of a disease and restored organ functionality, there were times when nothing could be done. The taboo infections, death by mutation, rampart drugs, and the 41 creatures in hiding. 41 creatures in hiding, yeah? Huh. Countless lives flowing, falling. Few of them could be saved. That's why, in the end, this light is nothing more than a trick.
ありがとうございます。先生、そのお題は。
今お支払いいただかなくてもよろしいですよ。分割でも構いません。
He was looking at the 5 children. They were peeking through the door in the other room.
月末でも来月でも構いませんよ。大丈夫。払える時にどうぞ。
Would there ever been time when they could play? Too many of the people in the lower tiers were sick. None of them had the chance of becoming rich upper tier aristocrats or engine millionaires anytime soon. Yep, so we have aristocrats, which I called nobility before. When she weakly tried to protest, Guy stopped her with his hand.
構いませんから。
I don't mind. And I hope you don't mind that I will end this episode here. It was supposed to be like just short episode to show you the premise of the story. And for me, so far, it's pretty interesting. We have like steampunk related city, some weird illness like mutations, something's weird happening to the main protagonist, and we are reading it as a book. And I assume maybe we're reading it as like this illusion that he's seeing in his eye. So yeah. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the errors, if they are important or not, because they're kinda annoying. You probably heard in the recording there were like no sound for a split second. That's when the errors coming up. So yeah, that will be it for today's episode. I hope if you like this series, then you can like the video, share, and maybe subscribe to see more of them showing up in your like YouTube feed, you know. So yeah, I hope we can make more theories together about the series, because I so far really enjoy it, and I will see you in the next one. So thank you for being with me, and for now Pocket Watch is going out.